It's no joke. Holy smokes, this is not a security, according to the SEC. Additionally, President Trump has selected a new SEC chairman, who is actually the Fed chairman rather than the SEC chairman. But is there anything he can do about it? In addition, BlackRock is either coming for Ripple or BlackRock is coming for Ripple. You'll see what I mean when I say that. Additionally, the European Union is becoming more accepting of the United States. Hi there, lovely individuals, moneymakers, shalom. Here, the market is somewhat retreating. XRP dropping under $3 after it tested earlier this morning the $3 threshold, but bounced off. XRP had retreated around 10 a.m. with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, to be exact. As you can see, it is 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Well, it's 10 a.m., but it's 5 p.m. my time. As you can see, everything began to fall. This is the S&P 500, this is XRP, and this is Bitcoin, correct? They all began to fall simultaneously. I didn't see any actual news that may have triggered this sell-off. You know, it's just sell-off sometimes, isn't it? Tom Lee mentioned the engulfing candles in the video from yesterday night, if you watched it. How the market constantly ends at a lower level. It begins green and ends red, and it continues to do so every day. That's what we're witnessing. I guess. Yeah, a lot of what's going on at the moment is influenced by the stock market. So, the cryptocurrency market is retreating here. Bitcoin was on the verge of falling below the 11,000 mark, but we didn't notice it, therefore, we didn't experience a new low, correct? However, it kind of stopped there and began to become better. Anyway, we'll see. We got off to a good start to the day, but as I mentioned before, the roller coaster keeps going. Whoa, correct. Someone in the comment area is asking, what are you good for if you don't tell us what's going on with the price every single day? Naturally, I said, I'll tell you the news. I tell you what's going on. I share my thoughts about the market with you. It is available for viewing. You're not required to watch, are you? It's always amusing. I also said that you should flee as fast as you can. If someone claims to know the price every single day, they are just trying to sell you snake oil. Because I'm not sure if the market will rise or fall every day. Although we can't predict what might occur, I can attempt to make sense of things based on signs, news, or current events. For instance, I was watching Litecoin today, don't you think? Additionally, it was looking fantastic. Then, around 8 a.m. Eastern Time, something happened. Consequently, it was 3 a.m. my time, then there was a huge sell-off. Well, after 2 massive sell candles, the market fell and hasn't risen since. In 2 minutes to 3% in, and it's been down ever since, correct? It was also on a huge run. What caused it to run up here, sell off, and then return to the same level? Really, I have no idea. Yes, exactly. These things do occur occasionally. Well, a massive whale abruptly takes advantage of it and destroys it. Again, I will never advise you to purchase, sell, or hold because I have no idea what will occur on a daily basis. Not financial advice, of course. Always conduct your own research before making an investment. Additionally, keep in mind that I will never message you on social media to ask you to send me money or join up for anything. They are con artists. Be extremely cautious out there, please, alright? According to President Trump, he has selected just for individuals to succeed. The Fed chairman. Trump claims that he may soon name his next Fed chairperson. The issue is that he is unable to fire him. Therefore, he is essentially powerless unless he chooses to ride off into the sunset. However, it's intriguing that he's already searching for a replacement. We can't truly replace it, can we? Well, that's intriguing. Additionally, I noticed that Ripple highlighted Nathan Alman, the CEO, for adding tokenized treasuries like OSG to the XRP ledger. Additionally, there is an entire music-accompanied video here, correct? Since we're most likely going to be demonetized, I won't play it. Greater than select the video tokenization option in greater than. We are aware of how popular tokenization is. We are aware of their partnership with BlackRock. BlackRock is on its way to Ripple, as we know, the upcoming Ripple conference. Larry Fink knew it was inevitable when he became Mr. Tokenized himself. Real estate, equities, bonds, and tokenized treasury. are all taking place on the same chain, and once more, I hope that Ripple can take advantage of these opportunities. Naturally, that will benefit XRP in the long run. Once more, this is a very long-term perspective on these matters. It can take 5 or 10 years before any real results are seen. Naturally, though, a lot of individuals will purchase due to the opportunity. All right, very fascinating. This was intriguing as well. 3 hours ago, BlackRock made a deposit of 2,500 Bitcoin and 100,000 Ethereum into Coinbase Prime. As you may know, they often don't list assets on Coinbase until they want to sell. Yesterday, there were significant outflows, which may be the cause of this. I will keep an eye on this to see if anything comes out that would be, worrisome. Perhaps part of the pressure is coming from it. Perhaps many saw this and that's why we saw it, but the stock market also declined. Therefore, this would not have caused the stock market to decline. You get it, we shall see. In an unprecedented move, the European Union has suspended its retaliatory tariffs while completing a trade agreement with the United States. We mentioned yesterday, or the day before, I can't recall, that they were taking a break and giving people a few months to try to negotiate a settlement. As a result, they are already stating that a transaction is nearing completion. By the way, the huge statistics came out. I believe I neglected to forward it to myself. However, the figures derived from the tariffs were, really noteworthy and fascinating. It was nearly equal to the corporate tax that was collected during that same time frame. The tariffs are bringing in a lot of money, and we'll see how that impacts things in the future. Over the last 3 months, it was probably close to $300 billion, which is a significant sum, isn't it? As more data becomes available, we'll see how that impacts the markets. For example, the U.S. trade deficit came in at $60.2 billion, which was more than the $61 billion they had anticipated. It's improving, or at least getting better. A fascinating update from the SEC, I guess. The SEC provides clarification on staking. According to the SEC, certain liquid staking operations do not qualify as securities under U.S. law. Therefore, guidelines pertaining to specific liquid staking operations have been provided by the SEC Core Finance section. It comes after industry participants 𝗙𝗶𝗶 Bitwise, Multicoin, and Van Egg wrote to the agency last week requesting that they allow the usage of liquid staking tokens in proposed Solana exchange-traded products. Well, this is intriguing. The practice of staking cryptocurrency assets via a software protocol or service provider and obtaining a liquid staking receipt token to prove the staker's ownership of the staked cryptocurrency asset and any associated incentives is known as liquid staking. According to the facts and circumstances, the liquid staking activities addressed by the statement do not entail the offer and sale of securities as defined by a section of the Securities Act, as the statement makes clear. This is really intriguing at the moment, since it's possible